Senator Durbin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was my honor to chair this subcommittee. For a number of years, I tried to focus on issues related to the Constitution and fundamental civil and human rights. It is absolutely beyond me why, with all the challenges facing America, we are talking about denaturalization of citizens. Since the president took office last year, he and his supporters have used every available tool at their disposal to target their political opponents. Last week, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Mullen even threatened, despite the objections of the Transportation Secretary, to punish the so-called sanctuary jurisdictions by targeting their airports. And the president and his supporters have repeatedly used threats of denaturalization to chill political speech and intimidate naturalized Americans who dare to challenge Trump's policies. In my office in the Capitol, on the credenza behind my desk, is a graying document that is a naturalization certificate of my mother. She came to the United States at the age of 2, brought here as an immigrant from Lithuania. After she was married and had 2 children, she decided to become a citizen of the United States. I have her naturalization certificate, which she handed to me before she passed away. I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of the fact that it also declares that I'm a proud son of an immigrant. She's no longer with us, and therefore could not be threatened by anything that we say today at this hearing. But the thought of taking something so precious away from her because of her political views doesn't sound like the America that she was aspiring to be part of. In a Thanksgiving Truth Social post, the president even said, "Denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility." If you're a student of the Constitution, look at that as a standard for removing the citizenship of one of your neighbors. This spring, MAGA Congressman Chip Roy introduced the, quote, Mamdani Act of 2026, which aims to denaturalize individuals who advocate for socialism. Wonder what he defines as socialism. Medicare? Sound familiar? It should. These efforts harken back to Joe McCarthy, the tail gunner from Wisconsin, when naturalization was used as a tool to silence political dissidents. For the young people who are in the audience, I hope you've studied that era, but if you haven't, in the 1950s, a Republican senator from the state of Wisconsin decided to start looking for those people who just might be communist in the United States government. Well, he had hearing after hearing, and at the end of the day, there were disastrous results that hurt a lot of innocent people. There was talk of denaturalizing those people who turned out to be communist or even were sympathetic to them. Among them was Harry Bridges. Harry Bridges was a renowned Australian-born labor leader accused of being a communist. During that McCarthy-era, he faced a relentless campaign to revoke his citizenship, but the Supreme Court ruled in Bridges' favor, not once, but twice. In fact, the court has repeatedly held that stripping citizenship based on an individual's views or expressions, quote, would run counter to our traditions, unquote. The court placed a high burden on denaturalization to prevent the types of abuses we saw during the McCarthy era. Relying on the 14th Amendment, the Supreme Court found that Congress does not have the power to take away any American citizenship unless that citizenship was unlawfully procured. It is also held that all Americans are on equal footing in the eyes of the law, with the exception of eligibility for the presidency. Naturalized citizens are no different than those who were born here. With those high barriers under the law, the federal government now rarely engages in denaturalization. And when it does pursue it, it goes after war criminals and individuals who committed serious naturalization fraud. Even under the first Trump administration, only an estimated 160 people in 4 years were denaturalized. So why hold a hearing to discuss this rare process? The title of this hearing says it all. Quote, protecting American citizenship. Should American citizenship be, as the president and his MAGA faithful have suggested, about fealty to one man and his ideology? Or should it be about an individual's fealty to their country and our Constitution. I happen to believe the latter. Just look at DACA recipients and dreamers. They grew up pledging allegiance to the flag and serving our country each day as doctors, teachers, and firefighters. They're Americans in every way but their paperwork, and they deserve a path to citizenship in my estimation. But this administration is doing everything possible to stop hardworking immigrants, even those who follow every rule, from securing citizenship. Last week, the administration issued a new policy of force that would force most applicants to go abroad to get a green card. After outcry from around the country, DHS claimed to roll back this policy, saying that applicants who, quote, benefit the national interest and provide economic benefits would not be affected. The administration has not clarified what this means, but we can take an educated guess. Look at the refugee program. The president has barred all refugees from coming to the United States, except those whose admission it deems in the national interest. The only refugees the Trump administration has decided are qualified so far, white Afrikaners. These policy changes, the targeting of DACA holders, new barriers to the green card, and an end to the refugee program are devastating to immigrants and American communities. They deserve our attention. Denaturalization, just what decade are we talking about?